Welcome to another deep dive, everyone. This time, we're taking a look at the world of AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And we're going to be using some really cool stuff you guys have sent in, research articles, YouTube explainers, even thoughts from, like, big names in the field.
Right.
Our mission,
Yeah.
cut through all the hype, figure out what kinds of AI are actually out there, and really, really understand what makes each one different.
That sounds good.
And, of course, the big question. Just how intelligent can machines get? I mean, is there even a limit?
It's a huge question. And probably the best way to start is with where we are now, you know?
Okay, so like the AI that's all around us every day?
Yeah, exactly. The stuff we use without even thinking about it, Google search, recommendation algorithms, those annoying spam filters even.
Yeah.
That's all technically what we call narrow AI or ANI.
Narrow AI.AI. Okay, I got it. So it's narrow because it's like focused on one specific job, right?
Exactly.
But even though it's narrow, I gotta say, it's gotten pretty good at what it does, like really good. I use AI for so many things now. It's kind of crazy.
It really is impressive how far it's come. And it all goes back a while, you know. Remember Deep Blue back in 1997 when it beat Garry Kasparov, the chess grandmaster?
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah.
A machine beating a human at chess. It was like mind-blowing at the time.
It was a huge deal, not just because a computer won a complex game, but because it showed us that AI could be better than us, at least in certain things.
Right.
And the interesting thing is, even Kasparov, after he lost, he actually started advocating for humans, A&D machines, working together. He said we can do even more amazing things if we combine our strengths.
That's fascinating. It's not about us versus them. It's about working together to
achieve something greater, yeah.
Okay, so narrow AI, it's powerful, but it has its limits, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's good at what it's programmed for, but it can't really transfer that knowledge to something new.
So, like, if it's good at diagnosing, say, kidney failure from medical images.
Right. You take that same AI, show it pictures of lungs, it's completely lost. It wouldn't even know where to start.
Because it's missing that human thing, that flexible thinking, being able to adapt and apply knowledge to new situations.
Exactly.
So that brings us to, well, the kind of AI we see in movies all the time, right? The AI that can learn and solve problems like us.
Yeah.
Across ANY area. And that's where the idea of general AI comes in. AGI.
That's it. General AI. That's the theoretical kind of AI. The one that could have human-level intelligence in everything it does. Understanding language, adapting to new places, even having, well, something like common sense, which AI right now really struggles with.
Common sense in a machine. Whoa, that's kind of wild to think about. It seems so simple for us, but for AI, it's a major roadblock.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the biggest challenges in actually developing AGI. It's not just processing data. It's about transferring knowledge from one area to another, being adaptable, like we were saying before. It's the kind of flexible intelligence we humans just do naturally.
So it's not just raw information. It's understanding the context, the bigger picture, making connections, being creative.
Exactly.
We're talking about machines that can think more like us.
Exactly. And that leads to another key concept, what we call theory of mind.
Theory of mind.
For AGI to really be like us, it can't just process information. It has to actually understand what other beings are thinking. To figure out motives, beliefs, even emotions, that's a whole other level of complexity.
Well, hold on. If we're talking about AI that can understand human emotions, that's starting to blur the lines a bit, don't you think, between human and machine?
It does, and it opens up a whole can of worms, philosophically speaking. What does consciousness even mean? Is it ethical to create artificial beings? And what happens to society if AGI becomes a reality?
It's not just technology anymore. It's like a whole philosophical debate. But even though AGI is still theoretical, there are people working on it, right? Like, serious research is happening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Groups like OpenAI and DeepMind are making some real breakthroughs, pushing the limits of what's possible with AI.
So it's not just science fiction anymore. It could actually happen.
It very well could. It's kind of crazy to think, even if general AI is way off in the future, all these different types of AI, they aren't just like ideas. They're a whole spectrum of what AI can do, you know? And we're seeing some amazing progress, especially with narrow AI.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And a lot of that is because of deep learning.
Absolutely.
That's the buzzword everyone's using these days. But I'm curious, how is it actually being used to make these super powerful AI systems?
Well, think about it this way. You unlock your phone with your face, right? tag your friends on Facebook, all that's deep learning.
Yeah.
Algorithms trained on like mountains of data, images of faces just to get it right.
Right.
Or how about those Netflix recommendations? Like scarily accurate sometimes how they know what you want to watch.
Yeah, that's freaky good. How does he even...
Deep learning, analyzing everything you've watched to predict what you'll like next. It's pretty amazing.
And Spotify too, right? It's like it reads my mind for music.
Same principle.
So
It's fascinating how it all works.
it really is. And it's everywhere. I mean, it's not just like fun stuff. It's in healthcare, finance.
Oh, absolutely. In medicine, deep learning is being used to analyze medical images, helping doctors spot diseases like cancer much earlier.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and more accurately, too, so treatments can be more effective. And in finance, forget about it. Catching fraud, figuring out credit risks, even giving people personalized financial advice.
It's incredible how much deep learning has changed things. It's like it's everywhere, but we don't even notice half the time.
Like it's these invisible AI helpers always working behind the scenes, optimizing everything. It is kind of wild when you stop and think about it.
Yeah, and a little bit. Which is why it's so important to, understand how these systems work, right? To think about the consequences, especially as they get more complex.
I agree. We can't just like blindly accept new technology without thinking it through.
Right. We have to be informed, ask the tough questions about how it's being made and used.
Exactly. We all need to learn about the different types of AI, what they can do, how they'll affect us, all of us. The more we know, the better choices we can make.
So let me see if I've got this straight. We've got narrow AI, which is all over the place already, evolving at lightning speed thanks to deep learning. And then there's general AI and superintelligence. Those are still theoretical, but who knows what the future holds, right?
Exactly. And the biggest takeaway here, AI isn't just about the tech itself, it's about how WE decide to use it.
Okay, so how we use it.
Will it help us solve big problems, make us even smarter, create a better world? Or could it create more division, make things less fair, maybe even be dangerous?
Those are some serious questions. Kind of scary, honestly.
They are big questions,
Like
but
you
they're
don't-
questions we have to ask. We have to work together to make sure AI is used for good.
Okay, so how do we even start doing that? It seems like such a huge challenge. Like, where do we even begin? It's interesting, right? We've been talking about AI pretty seriously, all the different types, the challenges. But it's not just like a science thing. It's part of pop culture, too.
Oh, totally.
Movies, TV shows, they're all over it.
Or sure.
We've got movies like Her, Ex Machina. They're exploring AI consciousness,
Yeah.
emotions, and even stuff like, what was it, Casually Explained, that YouTube channel. Remember that episode?
Yeah, the levels of AI.
Right. Breaking it all down,
Oh.
but in a fun way. I feel
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff helps,
Yeah.
to get people talking about AI, what it means for us.
It definitely does. It makes it less intimidating, more relatable, and the more people understand, the better conversations we can have about AI, how it'll change things.
So thinking about everything we've talked about today, all this info you've shared, what's the takeaway for our listeners? Why should they care about like narrow AI versus general AI and all that?
Well, AI is already a huge part of our lives, even if we don't always see it. Think about it. Personalized ads online, the way doctors diagnose diseases, AI is quietly running things behind the scenes. And as AI gets even smarter, it's only going to have a bigger impact.
It's like this invisible force shaping
Yep.
the world around us, even if we don't always notice it.
Exactly. And knowing the difference between the types of AI, what they can do, it's not just about having more knowledge. It's about being in control, making good decisions about this tech that's changing everything.
Because the choices we make now about AI will have consequences way down the line, right?
Absolutely. The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's being created right now by all of us. Every choice we make, every question we ask, every action we take, it's a future with amazing possibilities, but also real risks. And to navigate it, we need to understand what's going on.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, any final thoughts to leave our listeners with? A question to ponder, maybe?
Well, we've discussed how AI could change so many things, from healthcare to transportation, entertainment to, well, pretty much everything. But if you had to pick just one area of your life where AI will have the biggest impact, what would it be? And how might AI change the way you live, work, or just interact with the world in the coming years?
That's a great question. And to all our listeners, don't just think about it for a second. Really give it some thought. Because the future of AI isn't something that just happens to us. We're all shaping it every day with our choices and actions.
Exactly. So stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, keep the conversation going. The future is being written right now, and we all have a part to play.
And while you're at it, go check out some of the AI tools that are already out there. Voice assistants like Siri or Alexa, the algorithms that suggest stuff on your favorite streaming services. AI is already woven into our daily lives. See how it's working, how it's affecting you, and think about how you might use it in your own life.
Totally agree. Experiment, explore, and engage. The world of AI is full of possibilities, but it's up to us to use it wisely and responsibly.
Well said. And on that note, this is the end of our deep dive into the fascinating world of AI. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and keep those minds curious.